What's up, y'all? Big Red here, coming at you in a Fallout 76 video on the channel. Hope all my fellow vault dwellers out there thriving and surviving. Appreciate all my subscribers, anybody tuning in and watching. Hope y'all had a good, having a good week, having a good New Year's, and excited to bring this to you. Really had fun doing these tests and trying to get full health, competitive enough to where it can give the bloodied version of the Gatlin plasma a run, and that's what we're going to do. We have several tests that we're going to. First off is going to be the Pinpointers, polished. They're greatly equipped to condition item by 100%. They're greatly up to damage up to 60%. You see we're getting 89, that is with the weapon artisan. We get 68 without any of the regular anti armor. So that's a 31 point difference, and a 62 difference overall for both damage types. That's a pretty big difference. But that is at 200%. You do lose a little bit going into only using improved pair kit, but it ain't too much. So you can, we get a ton of improved pair kits through the braids. So you definitely can keep it at that 150% real easy without having to switch any perk cards. We're not going to show the whole fight because we're going to be testing several different things in here, 5 different variants before we get to the main fight. So we're going to show half the fight. And to be honest, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I don't have time. It took forever. So I fought him down about a quarter of the way on each fight, enough to get a good chunk sample size, so we can really have a good comparison and see which weapon was the best before we take a final approach against with full health. So we make sure we have the best variant to go against Bloodied. You see, we're getting 2080 at the beginning. So 2080. That's over 2,000 a crit for full health. That's really good. You can see we're already starting to get diminished returns. I don't pay attention to the tail. I just stay focused totally on the trying to stay in VATs. That way we have a good comparison. We're down to 1,800. We're at 2,000 now. We're right at 2,000. So it's not bad. It's definitely getting more damage, and without it, I think it was like 1,800 to. Without that on the regular anti-armor, you'll see in a minute. But alright. Bullies, we're getting an extra 50% bonus when we're attacking weak points outside VATs. But right now it's broke. It might eventually be fixed, so this might not be a permanent option for you. For the next update. It could be just to where it really works outside VATs. Right now it does work in VATs. And we do get some bonus points from shooting at his eye. And the Bullies, we were averaging, it was like 2,035. So it was a little bit behind the polished. But you don't get diminished returns on it. But then again, it's also something that's not going to be in the game. Maybe it probably will be fixed, so you can use it temporarily, but just know that, I have another option ready to be able to put on as a 4-star whenever they do fix it. But in the meanwhile, keep rocking it. So it's not doing bad. At least it don't lose its damage over time. I really was impressed for full health and the amount of damage it was doing with this Gatlin plasma. It definitely, for these new mods, it's a beast. Alright, we're about halfway. Alright, now we're going to show and clip in the Pinpointers. Alright, here goes the Pinpointers. It gets 50% damage when targeting enemies' limbs. I really tested so much on the headshots. I was really just put it on and started using it for this boss, but it definitely does get an increase hitting on his eye, since his eye is his weak point, and the eye is not I guess it's considered an appendage. It's not the head, but the head should be an appendage. So I didn't really shoot at his head. So if anybody got any comments, you can let me know there how it works on the head. Like I said, I didn't have time to test it first time I was using it, but you can see we're getting like 2161, so with a couple 22s. It's getting pretty consistent in the high 21s and 22s, so it's getting a lot more than the Bullies or the polished. Why? I mean, I don't know, because the Bully's supposed to be getting 50%, and this is getting 50%, but I guess because you're hitting the weak point too, and you're getting weak point damage, and you're getting the extra damage for hitting the appendage, so it seems like it is the better effect. Okay, we're halfway there. All right, let's compare them all side by side. All right, we got polish on the bottom, Bullies on the middle, and Pinpointers on the top. You can clearly see Pinpointers is outperforming the other two pretty clearly. I mean, they're not too far off from each other. Like I said, Pinpointer was getting 2161 consistently, a couple 22s. Bullies was having about 2035, and polish was like 2070, 2080 starting off, but it went down. So yeah, I think Pinpointers is really the way to go for the damage prefix on the 4-star. What's this? A little bit longer, you can see it right there. Definitely have a clear standing of it. You see, the Bullies and polish are pretty neck to neck. I mean, they really were close to each other, but the Pinpointers was definitely set apart. All right, let's look at Aristocrats and Anti-Armor and compare those two, and go and get your popcorn started. All right, here we are with Aristocrats. See, we're getting 91. It's a little bit off in Bloodied. Bloodied was like 120. I'm using a bobblehead, but with strange numbers, your damage boost will be, kind of the same. A little bit more than we're getting with polish. Polish was, I got 89. So a few more points in polish. And yeah, I was really surprised. With the Aristocrats, it's just like it is with the Bloody variant, with the Gatlin plasma, the way the stinging core stacks with stabilize. The damage prefix outperforms the anti-armor. You're already hitting that armor penetration cap, and you don't get nothing more out of using anti-armor. Unless if you don't got a stinging core, say anti-armor will outperform it. I haven't tested it since the update, but before the update, anti-armor has always outperformed Bloodied by a little bit on bosses. On normal enemies, it wouldn't be. You see, we're getting the same amount we're getting on Bullies. We're getting 2035 with the Aristocrats. I mean, that's crazy. That's pretty dang good. So yeah, makes it interesting with the new mods of Gatlin plasma. Definitely makes it different than a lot of the heavy weapons, at least at the moment, that don't have the ability to add extra armor penetration with any mods. It did really good. All you gotta do is spam a stim pack, and you can withstand his. You got a bunch of super stim packs. You spam a couple, and you'll be able to stand right there in its poison. All right, we're about halfway. Let's get ready, and we'll look at the anti-armor. So 2035 was a pretty good number. All right, here we go. Hope you got your popcorn. All right, here we're at the anti-armor. Everything's modded the same. Sorry, I didn't want to make the video super long, so y'all bear with me. Thank you for your patience. But I don't want to pull no okey doke, and I want you to see every little clips of every run to know when I'm comparing them that they were actually done. You're seeing the damage numbers, so you know which one's higher. When we put them up side by side, it'll be the one that was higher that should be winning. All about transparency here. I'm not saying I'm the best player. I'm just trying to make a good comparison video when people try to make decisions, on what to use, and having tested these effects and try to help people save time. Anything you find, please at least step in the comments. Helpful for other people, helpful for me. All about being a community here. You can see the anti-armor is only getting like 1900, sometimes 17, but it depends on where I'm at. So it's a couple, about 100 behind, sometimes 200 behind the aristocrats. So the aristocrats is outperforming the anti-armor. So I was surprised it was going to be that much with the aristocrats. I expected it with Bloody, but I didn't expect it to be that much of a difference with aristocrats. It just shows how good stabilizing the stinging core is stacking, getting how much armor penetration you're getting out of those two combined, how much more the damage prefix is whenever you have that much armor penetration from those two. We're about halfway. So wake up. We're about to get to the real fight. But first, let's compare these two side by side. We're about halfway now. Alright, hope you got your popcorn. So here we go. We got aristocrats on top, anti-armor on bottom. And yeah, like I said, I was very surprised how much aristocrats outperform anti-armor. But I mean, it does make sense. But I still didn't think it would be that much, but it's a pretty visible difference. Anti-armor is still a good option when you don't have no extra way to put extra armor penetration on. With the Gatlin plasma, unless you're going outside power armor, I would say anti-armor definitely would be a better option without stabilized. But in power armor, or aristocrats, if you're full health, is definitely the better option. So you can see why we're going to go with aristocrats and pinpointers. And all right, back to your regularly scheduled program. And sorry for such a long video, but I hope you are enjoying it. And all right, let's dive into it. That we've already showed, so you know why we're going with the pinpointers, because it was getting more damage than the bullies and getting more damage than the polished. And the bullies eventually probably will be fixed. Maybe it won't, I don't know, but maybe it will in the next update. Maybe it'll working only outside VATS. Right now it works inside VATS, and the bullies and aristocrats by itself without a 4-star was getting the same damage. The polished got a little bit more, but the pinpointers was getting like 100 more than both of those. So we're going with pinpointers, and because we're not targeting the head, I know it works for the eye really well. So we went with the aristocrats because we already showed aristocrats was outperforming the anti-armor, because just like with the bloody version of the Gatlin plasma with the stinging core and stabilized, once you add anti-armor on there, you're not getting too much more before you hit that armor penetration cap where you're getting more of the extra damage by aristocrats or bloodied. So that's why we're going with aristocrats. If you have the mods with the stinging core, calibrated capacitor, you'll definitely get more damage with an aristocrats. If you have the stinging core stacked with stabilized and power armor. Outside power armor, it's a different story without stabilized. So I would say rock anti-armor. But in power armor, to maximize the perk core stabilized stinging core, you can use aristocrats and get more damage to max out your full health build to get the most damage out of it, and rock it with pinpointers to get the most damage. So yeah, we have the calibrated capacitor and get an extra 100% critical damage, just like we do in the Bloodied, stinging core, like I said, reflex sight for AP cost, and accelerated nozzle for getting faster fire rate. We got crit damage on this one because on the Bloody test, the crit damage and the weapon speed slightly outperformed crit damage, but it wasn't by much. It was so close with the servers. I mean, I just went with crit damage. I know a lot of y'all said vital. Yeah, you choose vital. So I do like weapon speed, but I think crit damage will be more consistent with the fire rate. But it could be inconsistent with the fire rate getting over that 114 mark. So we're going with crit damage on there. So we're getting 86. Now that's with a bobblehead. Bloody, we do get like 120. So it's still a little bit of a difference, but with the pinpointers on there, I hope it'll kind of close the gap and give our full health version a really competitive run against the bloody version. But we'll see. I'm hoping my best. I know a lot of y'all play full health, and the raids, and that's all. Hey, that's all understandable. No knock on anybody for playing full health in the raids. I mean, I do play Bloodied for the most part in the raids. Besides the crystals, I raise my health up on that, but I'm using the conductors too, so that does make a big difference. But the whole point is to thrive and survive and grind the raids out, get all the rewards. So I mean, there's no shame. This weapon is powerful enough. I believe that the full health version is going to show that, you know, that it's just as valid as the Bloody version. But everybody has their own style. It's your wasteland. I'm just living in it. I'm just trying to do some tests and comparisons to help you out, make your decisions on what 4-star you need. Okay. And just to validate your full health playing style. I normally don't play full health, so if I miss anything on the build, y'all let me know, but I'm pretty sure I got it kind of tightened up for the most part. Alright. Over in the build, we got blocker maxed out. When a snake strikes the island, you can get a lot of melee damage, and you're also taking poison damage, so you don't want to be getting poison and melee at the same time, so I definitely advise having blocker maxed out. It takes almost guaranteed you're going to take 50% less damage from melee attacks. Definitely need that to thrive and survive, even full health in this event. Lock and load maxed out because I got through hiker on my armor pieces. Do recommend having that to free up space. 5 points in your build from having traveling pharmacy and having through hiker. It costs 2 points, so that's 5. So it allows you a little more freedom in your build to put other perks in, and we put lock and load for faster reload, and it definitely does make a little difference. It does reload pretty decently. Got on plasma, but with this, I mean, it's pretty quick. And when he's blowing on you, you know, with his bad breath, you can get staggered and even in your reload sometimes. So being able to have a faster reload definitely helps out. We got all our heavy gunners maxed out for damage. We got concentrated fire. I had it at 1. And I don't know, you know, his head's so far up, even the Gatlin plasma, a lot of times it's showing you a low percentage number. So I went ahead and invested and maxed out concentrated fire to make sure by the time we hit that second shot that we're at a good 95%, so that way we can get all our criticals. Yeah, and you get a little extra damage for each shot. You can go with 1 and do okay, especially on a team, but we got Life Giver giving us about 130, I think. We'll see in a minute. But to our max HP, making us tanky. Well, we're like over 600. We got Iron Stomach for damage and energy resistance. Definitely, we're way above that cap. There's a cap in Fallout if you don't know. You know, so much damage resistance doesn't do you so much. More defense mitigation like blocker and dodgy are more powerful. So once you hit a certain amount, you're not going to do any more resistance. But this does make you tanky, and it does come in handy. It makes you way above that limit. So you want your endurance maxed out for this build because you want to be invested in Iron Stomach and also into your thirst quencher, and you want to be, the more endurance you have, the more hit points you have, the more life you have, the harder you are to kill. So we got Chem Fiend at 1 for overdrive will pop. You take fireproof off. I to put lead belly on to spam coffee for the first 30 seconds to be locked in vats. Get the most out of our criticals. I won't open it after that because it's almost like a death sentence, especially on Xbox. Maybe it's the same way with every consoles. I don't know. It freezes up so much. So anyway, lead belly so we don't take no radiation. Ghoulish because I'm not low health, don't have radical to carry, so I got ghoulish. So that way we'll put a point there, and you're gonna get a little bit of healing when you're running the radiation. Even if you're not running the raids, this does come in handy. There's radiation everywhere in the wasteland, so not a bad card to have. It'll bring healing to you. Natural resistance adds to our poison resist. This is definitely essential in my opinion. Also gives you fire resistance too, and that comes in handy when bombs are blowing up and things are going off. We got Thirst Quencher for our max AP. It gets about over 100, so definitely essential in my opinion. Maximize the build. Got Bullet Shield. You've probably seen 1,000 videos over this. It's definitely one of the most beefed up, reworked cards. It's a game changer. It's been heavy guns. I mean, it's not just like, it works well with Ricochet, synergizes, but it's not just ranged weapons. It's poison, anything that's being thrown at you. As long as you're firing, you have a chance to deflect it. Very powerful. Like I say, you couple that with conductors at low health, man, you can stand there and take all this poison and not even phase you. We got starch genes, keeping mutations. We got tenderizer for more damage. Now you could go without field surgeon if you use a super stim pack, and you probably got a bunch of them because running through the raid. So, and you could take off power user if you already have you have a bunch of fusion cores you're burning through, and that's 5 more points. You could put in something else like taking one for the team if you're doing these raids, on a team, but. There's really nothing else I can invest to in my legendaries, so there's 5 points here, and for this fight, I'm putting field surgeon on, so my stim packs will act even a little bit quicker. It don't take much, you hit one stim pack and super stim pack, and you can stand there in this poison. So, and this will make it work quicker. Power use, like I said, just so when I'm doing running through here, I don't burn through, just keep burning. I don't mind burning through some fusion cores, but I put it on here so I don't have to burn through too many. I don't fight craft any right now. So that's why I have that 5 points there, but you can invest in something else. Bags included for carry waiver ammo. We got stabilized for the extra armor penetration, stacking with the stinger core, making the Gatlin plasma more unique, and being able to get more damage with the aristocrats or bloodied. We got action boy for AP regen, born survivor for that way kicking in stim packs. You need it at 3 to keep you alive and thriving. They changed the way it works. So gun fu and adrenaline, because when I'm going through the mine from garden drill, definitely at the end, those more miners start to get more aggressive, harder to kill. You want to be able to stack your adrenaline up as they start mobbing you. And with the enclave soldiers, you're killing the iBots, you can use it then too. So it's not wasted, and every point in agility equals 10 points in your AP. So that 6 right there is 60 into our AP. So every time we fire in VATS, we're using that 60 right there, even if we only use it for one part of the raid. We got dodgy for tanking this. We got plenty of AP, so we can afford a little bit of AP drain at 30 action points to make us more tanky. Bloody mess or 15% more damage. Definitely, who don't want to see things blow up in a glory paste? It is always beautiful. We got better critical, extra 100% critical damage. There's a VATS critical build for heavy gunner, so you need that. 4-leaf clover synergizes well critical savvy, because we could technically get 2 crits back to back. We could hit a crit with our second shot with critical savvy. We got limit breakers, so our luck is at 17, and that's all you need, half of 33, so we can get a crit every second shot, but then we can have a miss, and then the next shot could be a crit, because 40 clover, if you miss, the next shot's a crit, so we can have back-to-back crits with 40 clover and critical savvy. Curator, you'll have ricochet in here, but I put on curator because I'm already past all that, and all my ball head magazines the last, because I've been doing all these tests, so that's why it's there. Quick hands for a faster reload, a free reload maybe, and it'll help out and save a little bit of time. Good with salt, I got a bunch of food buffs, and I need my luck to be at 17. And there's nothing else I can invest to in this fight. Grim Reaper Sprint would be something I'd be playing with if I was in an event. That way you never run out of AP. It would refresh it, but there's nothing else in this moment to utilize in luck, but so I need it, and I don't want my food buffs to inspire. Funky does for poison resist, and we got 5 legendary agility added to our 15, giving us a base of 20. And we also have +2 agility on our armor, adding us to a base of 30, which gives us AP right at 600, and that's solo. In power armor on a team would be over 600. And yeah, because I have limit breakers on there, like I said, that frees up me having to have +2 luck, and I don't have to have a food buff. I don't have to have serve venison berries. I don't have to worry about anything. I just gotta have herd mentality and get up a +2 to my stats, even when I'm playing by myself, and I always have a crit every second shot. It really works well with power armor. I really think it's a good effect for power armor, really do, as I've been testing it. And I got through hackers and all, like I said, on all my armor pieces. So over in the buffs, we got and it is Union, and I do have a full set of several sets of Vulcan, one with scanners. I got a video on that, using it, but I didn't want to take away my scanner's effect, so that's why I put it on my union, because I didn't have any 4-star legendaries, and I was testing it out, and that's why it's on the union. Plus, it gives me more poison resist. We're at 415 poison resist, so we can withstand a lot of his poison very easily. It still will take a lot of your health away, so you still got to watch out for it. That poison is still pretty deadly, even 400, but 400 does help us not just instantly die. And we get 700 on the normal resistance, damage resistance, 554 on energy, and 325 on radiation. And we have serums cancel negative effects. You can put class freak instead of good with salt if you don't have serums. But if you're running rage, you should have plenty of serums. I mean, serums coming out your ears. We got bobblehead big guns, get us the extra 20% to our heavy guns. You know what I need to take? I'm sorry, I didn't take cranberry meatball grinder. There. Easy buff to get from Yasmin and Grandma. Okay, yeah. Now our HP is over 600, 622. And yeah, we're back to the thing. We're still getting double XP. What? We also we have Service Kentucky Fig, like I said. We got Life Giver get 152, so I was wrong. So we're getting a lot from Life Giver to our HP. We got Thirst Quencher get us 103 to our AP. We got I need to take a Tesla Science 9. We got Tesla Science 9 giving us 100% extra critical damage from heavy guns. Those two buffs, the bobblehead magazine, make up for not being on a team and having your mutations being multiplied by 25%, like Eagle Eyes, and your food crit buff, and if you're a Bloodied, like Adrenaline. But it kind of balances out the damage we're losing playing solo. We have Company Tea for AP regen, Sweet Buffer Tea, getting 100%, and we get 20% from AP regen because we're a herbivore, and I'm a herbivore to maximize the benefits of Company Tea and my crit buff for my food. You use Blight Soup too; it's easier to get, but. Yeah, so carnivore is easy to farm. We need Bethesda to make us a steep tea machine, so mention that in the comments somewhere, you know, on the website. Let's get them to make just like I have a company tea and a coffee machine, let's get a steep tea machine for herbivores, just like we have a Murloc steamer and for carnivores, so that way we have an easy way to get buffs. You can get them from Yasmin and Grandma, but it's not as easy as carnivore. We got infused soup flour tea, max AP plus 40, steam on blossom chai, getting us porter agility, that's another 80. And whoopee, now we got almost 600, like I said, because of the easy buffs, not too hard to get. K-Fungus soup helping us to poison resist too. Cranberry meatball grind, like I said, giving us 80 to our HP. Silk bean soup, adding porter endurance. You can see our endurance is 23, agility 39, luck is 17, and our perception is 13. So I got enough and everything to do all right. We got adrenaline, bare bones, eagle eyes, egghead, electric charge, herbivore, hermitite, marsupial, skelly skin, speed demon, unstable isotope. And boy, have I talked a lot. Let's reload. And hopefully you're still watching and paying attention. Thank you for your patience, and just want to give you the full spiel, you know, on the beans. All right, cool deal. All right, we're gonna go with Dangerous Syringer. Now we're not gonna. I'm probably gonna shoot the tail because that's what I did on the Bloodied. On my testing, I wasn't doing that. I mean, so you get, it is quicker to not shoot the tails. Well, we're probably gonna shoot the tails because on the Bloodied run I did. I did shoot the tails. I want the comparisons to be similar, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and shoot the tail just to let you know. So I do understand that it is shorter, and I have to utilize that. All right, we're gonna go overdrive. Wait, before we do that, make sure we got our coffee ready. All right, overdrive. See, that's why. See the freeze up. That's why you don't want to switch anything in the middle of the fight. All right, here we go. Got him. Back up a little bit. Let's get 20 coffee. Be enough for. Yeah, I know you got bad breath. All right, bro. Let's get this on. 21, 23. Look at that. what was that, 21, 21, 23? I see one at 23. Yeah, 2377. Dude, that's pretty crazy for full health. That's pretty crazy for full health. Full health. Reload. Let's get the tail. If you spam the stim pack, it definitely will help you. Whenever he goes to put his poison out, if you'll spam the stim pack. Not gonna worry about the tail. Reload. And we got him. We got him. We got him. Boom. Dude, full health. It might be a little bit behind Bloodied, but with the with the Pinpointers and with the Aristocrats, I felt like we were doing pretty close. We weren't too far behind. We were getting like 23. I think the highest I got with Bloody was like 24. So that's pretty freaking crazy. That's how powerful this new Gatlin plasma is with the new mods. You can be full health and just get about the same amount as you can get as a Bloodied. I mean, that's crazy, man. And let's go ahead and show the Bloody runs. I know that there's probably people who never watched my channel before and maybe they didn't see that run. So to make sure I'm not pulling an okie doke, it's only like a minute. We'll show it and then we'll compare the two side by side and we'll be done. So hold on just a little bit longer. Hope you still got some popcorn left. All right, you see the Bloody, we're getting 126 for both damage types. So I mean, we're well over like 30, 60 overall. We have the conductors on it, so we don't have nothing with the extra damage prefix. We're already getting extra damage with the Bloody. It's more about survivability. I think it's kind of a fair test. The conductor's really good mod for Bloody to be able to stand there in bats and take his poison. So yeah, at least in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna speed it up. It's all modded the same way. As you can see, calibrated, stinging, reflex, and accelerated nozzle. 50 crit damage. Alright, we're going to fast forward. You want to slow it down, look at anything you can. Get right to where I spam the coffee. Very interesting results. I've been going back and looking at them. You know, the Bloodied was getting 22 and 23. I think maybe I might have saw 24, but it's averaging high 23s. I mean, the full health with the Pinpointers Aristocrats was getting at the most 23. It was averaging 21. The difference, I think, is that the numbers outside the crits are higher for the Bloody than the numbers outside the crits for the full health. So we're getting 1,000, 1,300 just on outside crits, and we're only getting like 8 or 9 for the full health. Yeah, it's very interesting results. A lot of rubber banding too. So, you know, granted, the Bloody doesn't have a damage extra prefix on it. That it has the more damage for just being Bloody. So I do get that. So if we put the appendages, Pinpointers on the Bloody, it would have blown out the full health out the water. But It was more about the practicality of having, like, you know, the conductors and being able to survive that event as a bloody with full health, being able to put the most damage you can if you're at full health. So I get it, it's not potato. But here we go. Up, and we're approaching our final destination. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Get your sweet little something cool, and then wash down that popcorn, something frosty and cold. And you can see full health. It's going right at Bloodied, and looks like it might even overtake it with the extra damage prefix with the pinpointers on it. Definitely makes it an interesting race. Very, very interesting results. No, they're not flip-flop. They are where they need to be in the comparison. Because as you watch, somewhere midway, Bloody's going to take it over, but the full health sure did give it a run for its money. I mean, it hung in there, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if we could get full health, be competitive, and at the end, it could have been, I don't think it was really on my play, but also could have been if it ran out of AP too much, or where the tail was, the full health fell behind, but it could never catch back up. Where Bloody, even at the beginning, looked like it was a fall behind, but then it caught back up. But at the end, you saw Bloody was getting like 3,000. I mean, it just annihilated the last part of the boss, the last bit of his health. But yeah, very interesting results. You can definitely, now, like I said, I know it's not with the Bloodied with the extra damage with pinpointers, but you definitely can get your full health up to a Bloodied level with the pinpointers and aristocrats, and more than thrive and survive and be a powerful force, full health inside the mine. So tell me what y'all think. Did y'all think we would be able to get full health that powerful? Would you think it was going to be that competitive with the Bloodied? I didn't, but that's how good the Gatlin plasma is. I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on the test, and hope I didn't miss anything. I'm sorry it took so long. I just had to try to give every valid option and show. There's a bunch of different things to show, but I do appreciate your patience, and I hope y'all thrive and survive out there in Wasteland. This is Big Red. I'll see y'all in the next one. Oh yeah, P.S. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Yeah. Anyway, peace.